Hello everyone, today I, Muhammad Najib bin Azam, with Ari Hanafi bin Muhammadiyah will present about the evolution of Bryophytes. Learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, we should be able to first use the traits that classify a plant as a Bryophyte, second, compare the three groups of Bryophytes, and lastly, identify the key structures and stages in the life cycle of a moss. Bryophytes is the first plant that colonize land. Bryophytes divided into three phyla, which are moss, liverworts, and hornwort. The body of bryophytes is called gametophytes because it produces gametes. In primitive form, it looks like thallus, but in higher bryophytes, it differentiates into rhizoids, stem, and leaf. Bryophyte is a non-vascular plant. It is because, even though it seems like Bryophytes has roots, stem, and leaf. By the definition, it lacks the true roots, stem, and leaf. It is because the true stem, roots, and leaf must have vascular tissue. Therefore, Bryophyte is a non-vascular plant. Based on diagram, we can see that Bryophyte is a paraphyletic group and not a monophyletic group. Based on the observation of today's mosses, mosses are more closely related to vascular plants than to the hornworts and liverworts. The reason is some mosses possess lactoids, which are food-conducting cells, and hydroids, which are water-conducting cells that resembles the phloem and xylem of vascular plants. In Bryophyte, all the conspicuous vegetative organs, including the photosynthetic leaf, like structure the thallus, stem, and the rhizome that anchors the plant to its substrate, belong to the gametophyte. On the other hand, sporophyte is barely noticeable, thus the gametophyte is dominant. Next, it is most likely to find bryophytes in a moist location. Bryophytes need a moist environment to produce sexually. This is because its sperm need to swim through water to reach the egg. On top of that, Bryophytes is a non-vascular plant. A non-vascular plant must accept their waters. Even though Bryophyte will be most likely to be found in a moist location, Bryophyte also can compete well in harsh environment. It is because Bryophyte can produce asexually. Bryophyte also can convert molten rocks to soil, oil moisture, and metal, and resist desiccation. Next, Bryophyte also has the ability to resist chemical reagent, decay, and herbivory. This made today's scientists has the idea to put this ability of Bryophyte into the other plants. Next, we go into the liverworts. Liverwort consists two types, which is it has flat-headed body and it's called thallus, and next one it has leafy liverwort and it resembles like a mosses. Next, we go into one of the liverworts genus, which is Machantia. Machantia have a thin thallus, and thallus is located at the center of the Machantia. Its size is about 30 cells thick and neck. So if it has center, it of course has upper and lower surface. For the upper surface, it divided into diamond-shaped segment and contains small spores in every segment. For the lower surface, it have hair-like extension called rhizode. The function of rhizode is to serve and encourage an existing in the absorption of water. Next, the reproduction of Marchantia. Marchantia reproduce both sexually and asexually. For the asexually, we focus on this gamma. What is gamma? Gamma is a group of cells that detach from the thallus and can start new plant. So gamma is located in gamma cup and above thallus. Next, for the sexually, it depends on the umbrella-headed stalk, which is the female gamete, and the disc-headed stalk, which is a male gamete. In the Archegonia, the spores is developed there after the fertilization. Now, let's go into onwards. First, gametophytes. What is gametophytes? Gametophytes usually grow as a ribbon like thallus. Ribbon like, you see? And the habitats of onwards, some of them live on tree, but most of them prefer moist area and well-shaded region. In the gametophytes, photosynthesis is happen. It's not just photosynthesis. Hardwood also have a symbiotic relationship with cyanobacteria, which is can fix the nitrogen in the air. Now, let's look at this horn. What is this? This is this green, green like broom handles is called sporophyte that grow from the gametophyte. In sporophyte, photosynthesis also can occur even though one cell of sporophytes only contain one chloroplast. And the last one is the alternation generation. Hornworts reproduce asexually through fragmentation. So one part of hornworts will fall, and a new plant will grow. So that's all for me. Thank you.
So I'm gonna continue what Najmi already presented to you. So the third is like mosses. The third type of bryophyte is mosses. That is like the largest group of non-vascular plant because it has like more than 15,000 species. So there's three distinct group that is in mosses. There is pig mosses, granite mosses, and also true mosses, as you can see by the picture. So mosses living condition. So their most preferred one, like living condition, is like in a damp, shaded location in a temperate zone. So, but some can still live in the desert, and if you find some in the forest, they will be like in a bog or stream. So, if you happen to stumble upon mosses in like dry environment, they will shrivel and turn brown and look almost like they are dead. But if like suddenly it rain and the environment become moist, they will become green and resume their metabolic activity like usual. So mosses usually have like a leafy shoot, this one. Although some are secondary flattened, most sporophyte, always this one, always attached to the gametophyte. So their commercial use and ecological importance is they are used in gardening to improve soil and water holding capacity because mosses actually have a tremendous ability in holding water in them. And what 1% of Earth's surface is actually peatlands that is consists of dead sphagnum and that are accumulate but do not decay. This figure is actually the life cycle of moss in like a typical condition that is in a temperate zone. That is like their most preferred one. So most gametophyte begins as alga-like branching filament of cell. Their protonerm persists and produce this upright leafy shoot that's rhizoid. So this shoot that you already see have this shoot is like actually gametophyte that bear either Atrida like the male reproductive system or Archegona that is a like female reproductive system. All of their gamete is produced by mitosis. So the next stage is fertilization. Fertilization happens when like this flattened sperm produced like in Atrida swims to the egg in Archegona through external water. So you have to remember fertilization need water to so that the sperm can go to the egg. So when the sperm fuse with the egg in Archegonia, a diploid zygote will be created, and then The zygote will experience mitosis to develop a sporophyte in the acoconia. So when the sporophyte is come out, they come out like with a stalk and calyptra. The calyptra will fall off and show off like this capsule. This capsule have is actually the sporangium that where meiosis occurs and produce spores. When the spores are mature enough, the calyptra and also the lid, the operculum, will fall off. So one or two rings of teeth projected inward from the margin of capsule. The teeth closes the opening except when the weather is dry, and the spore only goes out when like the it's like moist environment. The condition is moist. So these spores will be dispersed by air currents, and when this dispersed, meaning like this spore will go all over the place. But if this spores like fall off to like some place that is not suitable for them to grow, they will just die. But if suddenly they goes to a moist environment or a moist like soil, they will germinate into male or female protonum. This is like the first stage of the male and female gametophyte. Like that is this one. So the cycle continues. And so at first the sporophyte is green and photosynthetic. But when they mature like this, they will become brown and non brown and non photosynthetic. So majority of like most life cycle as you see in the haploid state. Sporophyte at this like diploid state are non like I said uh, earlier is non photosynthetic, but it also produces spore. And this leaf-like gametophyte is haploid, is photosynthetic, and produce egg or sperm. I think that's all for me, I guess. So meet you guys next time.